If you are a Nigerian, this video is especially for you, and it's because of the very bad practices we do in our homes. Let me start by giving you a story. On the 1st of May 2026, a cruise ship with 147 passengers aboard departed Argentina. Then on the 2nd, a cluster of passengers with severe respiratory illnesses were now reported to the World Health Organization. Now let's fast forward to the 4th of May 2026. 7 cases were identified, of which 2 were confirmed to be cases of Hantavirus, and the remaining 5 were suspected. Now, of the 7 identified, 3 died. 1 was severely ill, and the remaining 3 had mild symptoms. At this point, you may be thinking of the very obvious question: what is hantavirus? Well, hantavirus is actually a viral zoonotic infection which is primarily acquired by contact with feces, urine, and saliva of infected rodents. Yes, you see those rats that go up and down your kitchen, they are a risk to you, and you should not take them lightly, because exposure to these infected rodents or their contaminated surfaces will result in symptoms like headache, dizziness, fever, nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and before I forget, respiratory distress or respiratory illnesses. And this normally occurs 2 to 4 weeks after exposure, but could occur as early as the 1st week of exposure, as late as the 8th week of exposure. So what do we do? Since we almost have a pandemic of rats or rodents in our homes, please make sure you don't leave your foods open at home. Don't leave your rice, your beans, or your dried foods outside. They could be contaminated by this rodent. Secondly, ensure you keep your homes clean. Ensure hand hygiene. Make sure you wash your hands before and after taking your meal. This is very important, especially for your kids, your small children. Educate them. The third one is that make sure you discard food or kitchen utensils or even your children's toys if you suspect them to have been touched or contaminated by this rodent. In fact, they must not be infected rodents, because there's no way of telling of it in the first place. Now, here's the most important part of this video. If yourself or your relative or your friend or any of you experience these symptoms or showcase these symptoms, please isolate that person. If you are the one, don't be too selfish. Isolate yourself. After that, call the hospital. You need to be taken and managed in the ICU, because as of now, there's no cure, there are no vaccines, but the symptoms could effectively be managed. So you guys have to drop that saying of there's no disease in Africa. That's not true. These are one of the reasons we have a very short lifespan. So please don't forget that prevention is better than cure. So if you've reached this point of this video and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe.